Hello guys, how are you? Today we're back in the studio. I'm Antonis Tzanidakis, aka Sir Vagabond, for one more video on Stamperia, YouTube and art stories. Today we have a special object, this beautiful suitcase I found on a thrift store here in Greece, and I felt like, okay, we're gonna have some fun with the Art Stories product. Today a little bit of everything, soft paints, misty paints, master primer, of course, mold, stencils, a lot of things. So let's start. First thing we have to do, we have to use master primer and prep our surface. So I will go with primer, master primer here, very beautiful, and I'm going to cover the whole suitcase. So I have a very nice smooth area, and of course the master primer sticks everywhere. So basically just go and paint the whole suitcase with master primer. Just a thin coat, doesn't need to be perfect, but we have to cover everything. So I'm going to do that, and later I'm going to let it dry for a couple of hours so it really sets in, and then we're going to apply the next product. After we finish with primer, you can see everything is prepped. We let it dry very well. All over the place, I cover the whole suitcase. Now it's time to use Misty Paint Black. As we have said in other videos, Misty Paints, they are super special. As soon as you spray water, they react like acrylic ink, but at the same time you can paint solid and get a very nice matte result. So basically I'm going to cover all the suitcase with Misty Paint Black. Now this one is very easy, soft brush, paint, and we're going to paint all the suitcase solid black. Okay, I just want to have a dark base to start working with the other materials on top. Okay, so let's paint black, let it dry, I will paint the molds as well, and then I'm back. The suitcase all over black, at the bottom, the sides, the back, everything painted black. Now I'm going to use soft paints. We have the deep Lagoon, and we have also Oxide moss, and we have also the stone ash. Okay, so we have three soft paints, and we have also of course the sponge, because we're not going to paint with soft brush, we're going to paint with sponge. So what we're going to do, it's very simple. I have already here my mat, and I'm going to take the paints and I'm going to just drop paint on my mat. All three paints, they have to be down here. Keep some space because you're going to use the sponge and you start painting. Now, it's very simple. I'm getting my color, and I just go and I'm painting the suitcase, but you will see that near the edges I just have some gaps because of the sponge and has the texture. You can get these nice little holes that, especially here on the edges, we're going to leave it more black, but in general you get very nice texture. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to work in the whole suitcase right now in front of the camera, but I want to show you how it would look. So just go like this, always dabbing, don't swap. Take color under your sponge in the big area here, and you just dabbing, and you're going to paint like this. Now we need the holes, don't forget, we're not going to make it solid. That's why we use the sponge. So we need this little texture, and we can see the black coming through. So we take the paint and we keep going. Now at the same time, I'm going to do the whole suitcase like this, right? But before I do, because look, it's going to take so much time to cover everything, I want to show you a little bit what I'm going to do here. Without drying, I mean, of course, when you keep going, of course you're gonna start drying the color, but I don't want you to dry with a heat gun or something. You take the other side of the sponge, and we're taking the gray, and now we're gonna blend the gray inside there. Now the thing is that the colors are wet, so it kind of like blending together, and you get a very nice also texture from the sponge, and we keep also the black. We don't want to cover all the black. I mean, you just see a few spots, but it's not too much. And at the same time, you can go back with the other side of the sponge and make it more blue. Let me zoom a little bit in the camera. So you keep going with the two colors and you just blend. I zoom the camera so you can see what I'm doing. So I use this part of the sponge for gray and this part of the sponge for the deep lagoon, right? And you keep dabbing the color together by having a little bit dark. Don't cover all the suitcase. I mean, you can see here I have more black. I'm not going to destroy this. I just want some areas become more solid, but of course by dabbing, never swap. And I keep going with the two colors. I think now with the zoom you can understand more. And this is the result we're going to give all over the suitcase. So far, this is what I have done. You can see here is the one side. Of course, be careful because when you use gloves, look at these guys, crazy. So be careful because the color is not dry yet, and if you touch, you leave a mark. So this is how it looks so far. Okay, now I want to show you something else. That's why I came in again. Let me take the mold on the side. So here, this part of the suitcase, I'm not going to clean my sponge the way it is. I'm going to take a little bit from the Oxide moss and I will just go and paint this area with this color. Now, I don't mind coming out lightly, but again, you have to just use the other side that was the deep lagoon and just go and blend a little bit. So I'm taking my paint here. Be careful where you touch and just paint this area with this color by dabbing. Of course, we don't want to make it solid. We want to be able to see the black spots, and of course, right now I'm gonna go a little bit outside and always blend with this part, the other part that had the deep lagoon, and blends everything together. Look at these guys. Even if I want to come, let's see, just a little bit outside, just like that, give another color. Look at this. So, just like that, then with the other side, I'm gonna just blend better. And look how nice mossy look we get, and everything blends together. Look this part, guys, here. That's beauty, right? So always use the color with this part of the sponge, and and then you apply, not too much, careful how much color you have here, and then you blend. I don't take more color, I don't clean my sponge. Today's idea is to just go and blend everything. Look, I dab and I go and blend with the other part. So the same I'm gonna do also up here. I feel I just want to have the handle and this area just a little bit more. And of course, always, as I said, go blend. Soft paints, very easy because they are very thick and very easy for doing these techniques and blending. Okay, so I'm going to work on the suitcase now. I'm not going to do anything crazy or anything behind the scenes. It's just what I show you, but I have to finish the whole thing. So I'm coming back very soon. After we let it dry very well, you can see how beautiful result we get, and also very important, soft paints. They are super soft, matte, chalky. It's like powder. Very beautiful velvet result. Mix all together. We see also the black, as we said before. Now, I already prepped the stencil. And for the stencil, we're going to use Misty Paints. This is the metallic amber, antique amber from Misty Paint. And what we're going to do, I'm going to use, I cut another piece of the sponge, and I'm going to take Misty Paint with my sponge. I have here a piece of paper. Just, I don't want to have so much paint on my sponge because it's gonna leak underneath. And then I just very lightly, I just go and dab on the stencil. Now the thing is that I don't want to do the whole stencil. Be careful. I mean, you want to have like a vintage result, right? So don't do the whole thing. Just do here and there. Doesn't need to be perfect. It's better if you don't have so much color and you dab more times than having too much, doing it faster, but basically bleeding under the stencil, okay? Always take, you always leave the color here, and you kind of like decide, okay, I'm gonna put here and there, and maybe this one, not the whole thing. It's good if you don't get perfect result. I don't want to do the whole thing, just here and there. Just like that. Just dabbing a little bit. And then, this is the result you get. Look this beauty, guys. Look how nice, and the color is perfect, match perfect with this patina moss look we get. Now, I'm gonna repeat this one there, and with the same color, the metallic amber, I'm going to do the side, but for the side, same technique, I'm gonna use this stencil from the collection. Okay, I will do that off camera because it's much easier if I put the suitcase down and do it, and see you very soon. After I finish with my stencil, I'm going to use the same sponge, and again, amber metallic, antiquing amber metallic, the mist paint, and again, with just a tiny amount of color, I'm going to touch up a little bit around the edges, but you have to be very lightly, and just let me put the zoom. Let me zoom the camera. So I think now we're good. You can see very lightly, maybe on the metallic parts also as well. Maybe just a little bit here around the edges. And I'm going to give some metallic vibe around the edges of the suitcase. You can see like the corners, and I will just go just here, but you have to be careful. You don't want to have so much product on your sponge. You have to clean very well on the paper. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna let it dry. That's a very cool result. So the suitcase is ready for now. I mean, looks pretty good. Look at this, guys. Look at this beauty. Look at that. Can you see in the camera? I don't know, with the light cannot give justice, but look this beauty. Anyway, so I'm going to show you again later. These molds from here, I already painted black. And then I'm going to use the Misty Paint Antique Amber, the same we did all the stencil and everything, and I'm going to paint them solid. Okay, so I'm going to do that off camera. It's nothing special, just painting the molds, and then I will be back and I will tell you what we're going to do. Just to have the information, this is how I paint. I have the soft brush deep inside the Misty Paint, and I just go and I just paint the mold, okay? Just like that. Nothing special, just paint, pretty much solid, but if I see the black a little bit, doesn't really matter, okay? So this is the result. Let me paint all of them, dry, and I'm back. So our suitcase could finish here. Very beautiful result. I really love all the texture we get from the soft paints and the shiny from the Misty. stencil, very beautiful. That's 100%. The suitcase could finish here, but I decided also, as I said, to put the molds. So I'm gonna keep the one side like this. So if I want to decorate it with no molds, it's gonna be like this. And then you can see also the side, very beautiful. And then this is the other side, guys. Look this beauty. Now, as I said, because maybe you don't know, but when I film the videos, when I make projects, I kind of like wing it. I don't have an idea what exactly I'm gonna do, so I work with you guys here and I'm filming the video. So originally I had the idea to putting the two molds here, the other mold I showed you in the beginning, but as I said, I changed my mind. I mean, this one is not dry yet. We have to keep it just a little bit like this, maybe. Yeah. So I changed my mind and I decided to use this mold instead because it looks better. And you can see, I use the main piece and then the other pieces, and I create a big decoration, a big piece, so it kind of like matches everything. I use glossy gel to dry, but as I can see, needs more time to dry, so I have to let it rest a little bit because I see that doesn't want to dry very fast. So this is the other side with the mold. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit more, and then I'm gonna reveal for you. I mean, you already saw it, but I have to let it dry. And we have to put a little bit wax on top of the mold just to give some highlights. So I'm gonna let it dry more, and then I'm back, we put the wax, and we wrap up the video. Okay, so see you very soon. As the mold getting dry, I changed the position of my camera, and now we can just go and add some wax just to give some highlight. So what I'm going to use is patina wax. This is the Titan Silver. As you can see, I use it a lot. And the only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just put a little bit on my acrylic block. I just need a piece of paper. I'm going to take a piece of paper just like that, and then soft brush, this time smaller soft brush, and I'm getting the wax, then clean here, and now we're going to just give a highlight. Very lightly. Look this beauty. Touching only the top. Very carefully because I don't want to go outside of the molds. And we get very nice, beautiful result. Look all this highlight, guys, very beautiful. Just like that. Let me change position. Just like that. Touching only the top. And our suitcase is ready. Look this, guys, look this beauty. Look at that. Look all the details. And of course, as I said, one side with the molds, so you can display in both sides if you want in your house, like this, or just like this. So this is the final result, and just with few materials, if you think about it, just a nice mixing. Of course, the sign just make it perfect. Of course, the molds give a very beautiful style on your projects. Now everything is dry, as I said. It's normal, sometimes I will change ideas, so that's why we end up with this mold. So I think looks perfect, the main composition, and it's very fun because the molds, they have a lot of elements, so you can build, connect elements and just create a big central piece, okay? So this is the suitcase, very beautiful. Look the side here with the stencil. I add also a little bit of the Titan Silver on the handle and here on the edges around the corner, so I just kind of give shiny vibe, some details. So this is the suitcase, and very beautiful. That was Antonis Tzanidakis, aka Sir Vagabond, Stamperia YouTube, art stories, products, very beautiful. Another project, another tutorial. Don't forget, subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming tutorials. Thank you very much and see you on the next one. Bye guys.